Hey everybody, Bearded Rogue here, and again I apologize for the shaky cam because I still haven't replaced my tripod, but I wanted to do a quick update on 18 Tex-Mex, my Taco Trucks game that I've been working on for a while. So as you can see, first things first, the board looks different. There are now 4 rows of demand tiles instead of just 3. That is because one of the biggest critiques that we had was that there wasn't enough to do in the early stages of the game. So now, what we've done is we've added a setup phase. So on all of the position cards here, all of the action cards, they now have a letter in the center representing north, south, east, and west. And some of the tiles are colored. So before any of the players play, we basically seed the board. So this blue tile here will get a blue taco truck around it. We'll flip the top card here, so it'll be west. So we will take this and we will put it to the west, as you can see on the board. West, south, east, north. So while the whole board's at an angle, it lets us determine where the next one goes. So again, we would then go here to yellow and go ahead and flip a yellow and it'll go south. So we can take the yellow and we'll put it to the south. And then we have pink. We'll go ahead and flip this and it's also south. So the pink truck will go to the south of the pink tile. Then we'll flip black is west. So we'll go ahead and put the black one to the west of the black tile. And then green will be east. So green will go to the east. Now, if these two had ended up in the same vertex or same spot because they both dictated we'd go there, we'd just pull a different one for the second one until they didn't show up in the same spot. And then last but not least, red here is west as well, so we'll go ahead and put red to the west. And there. This is now how the board will start. So this will be the starting setup, and then we will proceed to take all of these cards, shuffle them back into the deck here, and deal them out as we did before. Another thing is that I'm currently working on a replacement for the move action. So the move action is inherently really weak. To remind everybody, the move action was basically you take a truck of any type and you drive it to wherever you want on the board. As long as it can drive there, that's a legal move. This was incredibly weak compared to the other actions in the game, and in the end game may result in just an action you can't use at all. As such, we're looking at replacing it. So right now we have 2 ideas for how we're going to do that. The most basic one is the flip action. So you'll see here we've got a flip for each color that we can replace move with, as well as the 5th player card that's only used with 5 players that includes flip in it. And flip works on the demand tiles. So, as you've seen in previous videos, the demand tiles themselves are actually stuck in the board in a recessed slot, and they go there. So I've made some modifications to the demand tiles. So now they have an A on them. You'll start with the A side and a B side. And then they have these little arrows on them telling you whether its value will go down if it flips, or if its value will go up if it flips. And they're paired in various different ways. Right now, all of the starter tiles do not have these values on them. That's one way I could potentially differentiate the companies in the future, is making it so that when the companies' starter tiles flip, they have different values on them. However, I'm not toying with that yet. I want to figure out what action best serves the game first before I try differentiating the companies any more than they already are. But as you can see, like this 4 here, I know that if I flip it, it's going to go up. Right now, there's no number in the game higher than a 5, so that's going to become a 5. this 3 is going to go up. I don't know exactly to what. In this case, it's a 4. But that's one thing I'm doing right now. Now, there is a corner that I'm never using, which is this bottom corner on the left-hand side, and I've considered putting the actual value of the other side rather than just telling you whether it goes up or down. But obviously, once I do that, I can't undo it, so I want to try it with unknown values first before I put in known values so that you know exactly what it is you're flipping over to. So that's flip as a possibility. That one interests me in that it uses the demand tiles. It gives them a reason to come in and out of the board. All the demand tiles being double-sided also gives you some more variability in how the game goes. Of course, there will only be 6 or 7 cards that flip tiles over the course of the game, so you don't have to worry about everything flipping over. But that's one option. The other option is one we're working on called Special. And this one isn't nearly as fleshed out yet, so this is just a set of all of the cards that say Special. So the idea behind Special Action is that we will have an extra deck off to the side that will have different really special actions that you can take. Some of these cards will be dealt out ahead of time in a row, and when you play a special action, you will pick up one of those cards, discard it from the game, replace it, and then drive on. Special actions so far that we have brainstormed include things like buy a stock for cheaper, or various other things that you can do in the game that aren't contained by the basic actions in the action cards, or that somehow spice it up a bit. Maybe a way to raise demand in a certain area or lower demand in a certain area, make certain stocks more expensive or cheaper, various things like that. We've got a lot of ideas on Brainstorm, but I haven't produced anything final yet. I'd like to have like a deck of at least 15, so that there's some variability of what gets played each game and what doesn't. But that's the other idea for replacing the move action, is the special action. Overall, that's the developments that we've had on this since the last time I worked on it. Correcting for there not being enough to do in the early game. Now we have additional trucks out here, so when you play a swap, there's already things for you to play with. You know, that blue up here looks really tempting for somebody who's not going for blue to swap with. This just gives players some more actions that they can take in the beginning of the game. You know, here's a decent rotate option, with these two already starting so close together. But yeah, it's a way to give players more to do. Also, the move action being really weak compared to everything else is something we're looking to fix. Flip is what I am hoping to try because it is simple and easy and doesn't require any additional components. However, Special is something that interests me as a possibility going forward, as a way to inject some more flavor into the game as well. Either way, that's what I've got so far. So, you know, if you've made it this far, let me know what you think about these developments, about anything that you see here that could work or that doesn't work as well as it should, or if you think the values on the other side of the tiles should be known. I would appreciate knowing that as well. Right now, as I said, I'm leaving it so that you just know the direction it's going, but not the specific one. So, you know, there are two tiles that both go up, but you don't know which one goes up to a 3 and which one goes up to a 4, for example. That's just the idea right now. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. Bearded Rogue, out.